Oh, hello everybody. Back out on Meadow Lake. Doing just under, well, just over 48 hours probably of set up for this swim again. Had a drive around, had a bit of a look, and the only fish I've seen is crashed out in front of me here, but it's on the far margins as always, so not going to cast across there. Leave those swims for the day anglers. I've gone one out to the right on my favourite little drop off that's down there, and the other one's straight out on a relatively hard spot. I used my the deeper and the marker float and leading around. It's a combination of three things to try and get that spot right. I do believe I have. Hopefully it's going to prove me well. The autumn colours looking good, aren't they? Hey, that's truly autumn now. The end of autumn, sorry. Winter starts tomorrow. Yeah. Won't be long, it's actually winter. Anyway, I'm set quite back away from the bivvy. Rod, sorry. The bivvy set quite way back from the rods, that's the one. Buddy's here. Keep me amused. Sun's up quite nice. Yeah, I've basically set up over here to give myself a bit of shelter. And the sunshine gets on it. Sunday morning I can be off a bit earlier, which will be good for me because I need to be home quite early. As I said, I've sneaked off for 48 hours. I found some very kind friend to collect my youngest from school today. That's something I don't normally do, but needs must. More or less the last week I'm going to fish for this year. Christmas coming. All that festive stuff that you got to do, which I do love, so I'm not going to complain about that. And yeah, looking forward to it. Anyway, it's time for a brew, time for some lunch, and I might give you an evening update. If not, I'll catch up over the session. There you go. Ah, it's my finger. Just eat the boilies. Love it. Watch it go down its neck. Freaky, freaky. Freaky Friday. What have you got to say then, goosey gander? Seagull. Well, we have a very bleak, wet and windy morning. Brilliant conditions to stir the fish up. All it's managed to stir up so far for me is a bream. And a couple of bleeps in the middle of the night, which tightened the bobbin up a little bit. I thought it was going to be another bream. Nothing really happened. So I just sort of slackened off the line a little bit again, and was hoping it might rip off, but nothing really. Absolutely nothing. So we shall not going to do anything this morning. Conditions are pretty good really. There's a lot of heavy rain due for the next sort of, well, over the next hour and a half, so then it's going to die down a little bit, which makes life a little bit easier. So I'll leave everything as it is, and then top up the swim later on with a bit more particles and bits and pieces like that. After using the DP yesterday, the water temperature's, or the surface temperature I should say, still pretty good. So we shall just have to see really. I think there's a couple of fish out in the night. I was up about 2 o'clock in the morning. A couple of bleeps. Got out and had a look. I just generally sort of take those opportunities to have a wander around a little bit, not too far away from the rods obviously, and listen out for chopping fish and other bits and pieces like that. And there's a bit of activity and a couple of swims, so hopefully a couple of people had some fish, which is a good sign. There are fish feeding. I didn't really hear any in the night, possibly one or two. It was pretty, I think it was down to about sort of 4 or 5 degrees last night. Most of the night it was crystal clear skies and sort of cold, so it might not have been, weather change might not have helped me. I don't know really. Pressure's now nice and low. Should now stay nice and low for the over tonight, and a lot warmer tonight. So maybe tonight's the night rather than last night for me. Fingers crossed, and I shall update you so far through the day. It doesn't half look good, doesn't it? That will do. Not the biggest, but it's a winter carp in these conditions. Hopefully a few more might appear. There you go. It's a start in it. Let's get it back now. Ugh. Well, the wind and rain has passed by now. Might get some sunshine really. I've checked the weather forecast and there's a little bit more rain, a little bit more wind, but nothing too strong coming along. What is interesting though is the daytime temperature and the nighttime temperature are going to be awfully similar, and the pressure dropping down below 1,000, which will be quite good. So I think there's a chance of another fish tonight. Really seen a lot. In fact, I haven't seen anything since yesterday. I've put the rods back on the spot. The spots I've been fishing. And I've topped them up. It's mostly ground up boilies, a bit of hemp, and a few sort of halves of boilies, not a lot of those. So it'll get reasonably chomped up by the bream and roach and such. Hence why I managed to catch a bream last night, I think. But I'm always sort of, especially this time of the year, if you can try and get a bit of the bream feeding, there's a fair chance the carp will come along and follow. I've got lots of like fine particles and things like that, nothing too sort of chunky. The fish clearly still feed for the winter, otherwise they wouldn't maintain their weights. Just got to try and sort of attract them onto your bait. It's a tricky one, because one of the things I often wonder, my weird theory is you should possibly use more bait in the winter, but fish both rods on one spot rather than spreading your bait around. The theory behind that is there's less anglers fishing. The fish are clearly eating bait, otherwise they wouldn't maintain their weight. But the less bait that anglers put out, the more they're likely to start feeding on natural food, whereas you don't actually want them to feed on natural food, you want them to feed in your bait. You need to put out more bait to get them feeding on your bait through the winter months, so you actually pick up and catch fish. So you're basically trying to turn winter into summer feeding. Now this can only work if the weather is mostly mild, I feel. Once the water temperatures start going below 8 degrees, I think you're going to struggle on that theory. Still got to put a little bit of thought into that one, a little bit of testing out. But it's something I've been thinking about over the years. We arrive in winter and we all start fishing with less bait, but we know the fish pack on the weight over the winter, and they're their best weights. So as they pack on the weight, what are they doing? Eating food. Well, they're eating natural food, which is reduced. So we must have to put out more bait to get them to feed, get them to keep feeding through the winter. I know we all sort of think they're lethargic through the winter months, but even when you're lethargic, you're still going down in weight, a slower rate than you would do normally. But the fish put on weight. Don't know. Just an interesting theory I have. Who knows where it will go? Who knows what other people think? It's an interesting one for you to think about. I don't like baiting up a lot of areas. I like just sort of concentrating it in an area. So I actually tend to, through the real harsher winter months, just 2 rods on one spot, put a lot of bait on that spot. Otherwise you're sort of, are you reducing your chances by fishing 2 areas, or are you upping your chances by fishing 2 areas? Don't know. Never 100% sure. There's my weird thought anyway. Just have to see. Anyway, I shall give you another update later on. See how we get on. Well, it's the last morning update. A little bit of sun coming along. There's a lot of drizzle still in the air. Not a touch in the night. Not a bleat. Not a sniff. And I thought we would actually. It's a very, very mild night. I didn't hear a lot either. So, yeah, very. There's some autumn leaves up there, blown away in all the wind. But camp's still up, so I've got another couple of hours to pack up, get home. I don't want to be too late home. Try and reel in by about 10 o'clock. So I should hopefully encompass some of the feeding period this morning. But as I said, I've been gone since first thing Friday morning, so I'll make a bit of effort to get home, spend a day with the family. dry a few bits out in the garden, and then got quite a bit of on this week work-wise. Gardening seems to still be going strong at the moment. I thought I really would have one last night, I must admit. I was quite confident of that. I know. Anyway, I think the next time I'm back, I'm just having a little bit of a social with my friends who are going to go on the go and do a bit of feeder fishing on the other lake. And I'm not even sure if I can get another night in this side of Christmas, to be honest with you. It's all a bit, lots of stuff going on, to be fair. Family things, other bits and pieces, and my wife's got a Christmas do, etc. and other things, so it's very it's all very busy in December. Seems to disappear on me, December does. Bit of a shame. Well, we've tried, and we can only do what we can do. It's been a pleasant couple of days out. Did manage a winter carp, so it's not too bad. And on the first day, so yeah, I complain about that. It does look very fishy today. Fingers crossed for a sort of take similar time to yesterday. You just never know, do you? Never know. Anyway, if I don't catch a fish, I shall catch up with you soon. Thanks for watching as ever. Don't forget to subscribe. Head over to the website. If not, just Google. Follow the links from here. Google me and fishing, and you'll find me. And yeah, enjoy. Good luck if you're out there. If I don't make another video, have a great Christmas. I've got to get round to editing it first as well, which is going to pose a bit of problem. So, yeah, there you go. Alright, catch up soon, folks.